Going on to all of my Capricorns. So let's get into it. All right. So for you Capricorns, you have got the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, excuse me, King of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Wands, the Justice, the Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Ten of Cups. So, all right. So what I'm saying here for you Capricorns, right? A lot of you Capricorns may be a little bit guarded moving forward when it comes to getting to know other people. You may end up thinking that other people are trying to essentially set you up. That's not necessarily the case. That's not necessarily true. But you may think like that, right? Um, Two of Swords, a little bit too over precautious. Don't act like that, from my suggestion. Why? Because being paranoid gets, it stops you from really seeing the people who really like you, really care about you. I'm sick, yo. So the lights is blinding me right now. So you have to excuse me. The Knight of Cups now represents this being a situation for you where, um, so, but eventually you'll move forward because this is who you are. Even if you may be feeling a little bit guarded right now because of the King of Wands, you've been meeting a lot of jerks. You won't stop continuing to date. You are determined to meet the correct one for you. Um, as of right now, you may end up taking a little bit of a break. Uh, take a month off, like I said before. The Wheel of Fortune represents um, you turn things in your favor because you've been meeting jerks. And the best way to handle jerks is to not participate in the BS that they've got going on. So so that's how it is that you end up uh, showing up the jerks. The King of Wands is people who think that being extra and being flashy is what's going to get you. And Capricorn is a zodiac sign that usually likes to be on the humble, on the secret, specifically, just like Virgo does. Um, Taurus, not necessarily so much, but Virgo and especially Capricorn likes to be secretive because if people don't know what you've got, where you're going, it makes you untouchable. It makes you that much more different because people don't have a hint or a clue of where you are so that they can essentially sneak up on you and do something, right? Whether it's PNB Rock style, shout outs to PNB Rock, whether it's, Pop Smoke style, whether it's just popping up on you for whatever reason. A lot of you Capricorns understand that what this person got going on, it's an act. And it's an act to do all of that to get you to rock with them because they're interested and they want to be in a relationship with you. But they haven't really been put on to what real game is because they still think that real game is about being manipulative when it's not. You have to actually care about the person. uh, Otherwise, hanging out with them is not going to work because it's not about manipulation. Like I said before in a couple of my other videos, people are not toys. And the minute that they started to be a little bit too flashy, think that you're toys, think that you could be bought, all that stuff, because you know how it is a lot of people are nowadays. They want to be flashy and alpha, right? Look at me. I'm flashy and I'm alpha and I'm this and I'm that. I'm fly. And the next person isn't. Mess with me instead of messing with them. Because when you mess with them, they broke. Regardless of whoever this King of Wands represent, that's how they're acting. And you Capricorns know you'll chew them up and spit them out. Because Capricorn, if they think, listen, I know a lot of Capricorns. If they think that You Capricorns are easy just because Capricorn can be quiet and what you think is docile. That's not true. So the Two of Wands represent, yeah, they're delusional. They're caught up in, they think that you're gonna come back, right? Because they had their time and they essentially blew it. They messed that off. They messed that off. Um, they should have been more direct to what they want, who they are, but they didn't want to do that. So the justice now represents this being a situation for you where the justice is about, so you don't have to even engage with them. You just left them alone. And and they don't really have too many options like that, but they're trying to make it seem like they fly or whatnot. That's one thing too that a lot of people who play games in the dating pool try to do. They try to make it seem like they got all these options, regardless of how they look, you know, regardless of however it is that they look. And 9 chances out of 10, they really don't have as many options as they're trying to make it seem like, as fine as they are. And I've met some fine ones, trust me. But then when I see, but then when I interact with them, or you Capricorns interact with these people, you'll understand, oh, you fine, you attractive, but you relying a little bit too much on your fineness to get the job done. The Seven of Wands is that you know that you want someone that has substance. See, you gotta understand, Capricorn is a zodiac sign that, if depending on what type of gradient the Capricorn is, the Capricorn can be in a whole relationship with somebody and cheat on that person with somebody else that they happen to be in love with. And all the things that the Capricorn inherits, they may end up leaving everything to the person that they love, but they weren't necessarily in a relationship with that other person because Capricorn wants the money. But you want to know what's the biggest fear for any of my cross watchers and for any of my Capricorns watching? You want to know what it is that your biggest fear is not being loved. And a lot of times, like I said before, people are going to have to come in with love first. Maybe you may cheat, maybe you may not. But at the same time, the person is going to have to take that risk. But then you have a lot of people who are unwilling to do that. So the Seven of Cups represents you're the one that actually has options. Because as much as this person trying to fake it, I got options. You know what I mean? You lost me. Da, 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 da. You Capricorns are like, yeah, all right, we'll see. And you have other people in your cell phone that you could call. So the Seven of Cups, excuse me, the Ten of Cups now represents the how do I say this? There's a need for relationships to change for you. There's a need. It's getting stuck to the roof, but there's a need for relationship. There's a need for that, and as a result, sorry about that. You need to know better what it is that you want, and you are getting better in knowing what it is that you want. You want love, starting off with that first. But see, Capricorn is one of those zodiac signs where Capricorn wants money too, but it doesn't matter how much money the Capricorn makes. They really want the love first and foremost. Don't listen to people who tell you that stuff, that love is not enough. If anybody tells you that love is not enough, they in the game. They in the transaction. Trust me. Because because they say love is not enough because they haven't met anybody who has character. So so a lot of them really coming from the perspective of, well, this person loves me, but how am I going to eat? Because they panicking, not even realizing if a person does have character, they're going to make the money. Why? Because again, Having character means you're upstanding. There's no way that you can consider yourself being upstanding and you're watching your significant other go through some things and you're not, and you don't have their back, right? Otherwise, you just faking the funk. You being nice, you playing like you nice, but in actuality, you really not necessarily meant to be trusted. So a lot of times people put themselves in a dating market, in a commodity market, and make themselves into an object because they have the mentality of, look, love is not enough. Why? Like, you got to understand, like, I done been like Capricorn. This is New York. This is New York. But you gotta understand, like, I done been told, oh, you little, you ain't fly. And it's like, I'm 15 at the time, the other person is 15. We the same age, right? I'm 11, the other person is 11. They already talking about I ain't got any money and love ain't enough. You 11, 12 years old. I'm 13. I'm 11. I'm 11, right? Or 12 or 13. You talking about, oh, you little, right? Trying to sun me. Oh, you little, oh, you a little one. I'm matured faster than you. Now we the same age, and you expect me to be out here out of pocket, coming out of pocket with huge wads of dough, huge wads of cash. And I'm like, I'm 11. So when people again come at you from that perspective of love is not enough, they in a transaction. They up to something. Because what do you mean love is not enough? This is how a lot of people end up getting played, because love is enough. See, the problem is those people are not picking. Those people are in the game, number one. And those people are not picking people who getting their stuff together. So they sacrificing long-term gain, which is wiser, for short-term gain, which is not that wise, because they have the mentality of, well, oh, if I get some money now, it means that this person is good or whatnot. Rich people do not make decisions for 6 months. They make decisions for years. So they're willing to sacrifice now and make certain decisions for years. And they usually end up making a profit from it because they see the potential in something. And a lot of times, this is something that a lot of people don't necessarily understand. They trying to play it off like, you got to deal with now, you got to deal with now, you got to deal with now. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. You got to deal with now, and all of that is cool. Deal with a person now, but who they are now and who they are later should be good people, should be valuable people in many different ways. They should have character, as well as in the future, that they're going to maintain their value and potentially even grow their value over time. But like I said, when you caught up in the transaction, right, the dating market, right, like listen to it like the stock market or whatnot. Like people are things. You know what I mean? This is when it is that you have a disconnect. So to clarify these Seven of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, the Temperance, the Magician, and you have the Queen of Wands. So the Two of Swords, the Temperance, is about, like, again, a lot of people, you have the eyes of a lot of other people, but a lot of them are caught up in the transactional world themselves too. In the dating pool, they think that love ain't enough as well. So you just have to weed out the individuals who think that, because they're caught up in the transaction. I've heard a lot of people tell me love ain't enough, you need money. And that was always the plan. Of course, I wasn't gonna just sit there, be poor my entire life. But again, the short-sightedness. Now I need somebody with some money now. Okay, cool. And they put themselves in a transaction and they looking poor now. The Magician and the Queen of Wands. The Magician and the Queen of Wands represents, you've turned the corner with this person, and you've got a lot of other people you can hang out with. So you're not tripping off of this person telling you when you just before you left them that you're not going to find anybody else that's better than them and all this other stuff. You already have started to date. Some of you may take a break, right? To be fair, just as I said before, some of you may actually decide to keep dating and push through it anyway. Personally, I would suggest you taking a break, but it's ultimately up to you. Um, let's clarify the Ten of Cups. The Knight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. So to clarify the Ten of Cups, so the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Wands is that ultimately this person may still be in your life a little bit because they refuse to leave. So they may still be texting you, talking about that's right, you lame, you this, you that, or whatever. And you Capricorns are like, yo, I thought you said that you didn't care if I left. What's up with you? And the Ace of Swords is now they got this big hoopla about you. They mad now. They upset now, you know, about certain things. Um, it's up to you though to not even tell them anything. Just watch them continue to make themselves look out of here because they can't get over themselves because they're too caught up in their own ego where they get over themselves, you know. Um, that's pretty much it though. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get this YouTube channel to 3,500 subscribers by the end of January. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop these videos.